COVID-19 pandemic has had a devastating impact on businesses all around the world, particularly within the travel industry, which arguably has been one of the most affected industries due to restricted travel since the beginning of 2020. Australian-owned travel agency Flight Centre has especially felt the impact of the pandemic, generating an annual loss of $500 million last year alone. Without any change to their product to suit a current and post-pandemic world, Flight Centre will continue experiencing these drastic losses for years to come. This pitch will identify the key issue as to why the travel agency is generating such substantial losses, as well as provide a solution on how the company can improve their product, along with a justification of its pertinence in relation to marketing theory. Now, the very nature of travel has changed entirely since the onset of COVID-19. That's no secret. But according to global media company Forbes, the pandemic has cost the global tourism industry a total of $935 billion to date. These losses are greatly due to travellers being forced to cancel their flights, whether it be interstate or overseas, as a response to the strict travel restrictions enforced by governments across Australia. A particular consumer-based issue that has come about since the beginning of COVID-19 is the process of flight cancellation fees. Being one of Australia's largest travel agencies, Flight Centre is expected to be efficient in processing promised refunds directly back to consumers within a very short period of time. However, in a COVID-19 travel cancellation survey conducted earlier this year, many agencies were praised for their efforts in resolving cancellation issues, with the exception of Flight Centre. Only 17% of their travellers said they received a full refund from the company for their cancelled flights, with many only receiving credits that were available to use for only a short period of time. In tough times where businesses are struggling, this only makes matters worse for Flight Centre, driving customers away from their service. In accordance with the three-stage model of consumer behaviour, the issue of cancellation fees falls into the consumer experience stage. However, it also impacts the post-purchase evaluation stage substantially. As a result of customers retaining a negative experience with Flight Centre, their opinion of the company as a whole and their willingness to use their service again has already reduced. The inadequate process of returning cancellation fees has also created negative brand associations and diminished service quality.
Flight Centre must implement a solution that will be successful in amending consumers' negative perceptions, as well as help generate loyalty for the company to become competitive again within the travel market, not only for current times, but once interstate and overseas travel become a normality again. Our proposed solution to rectify this issue is to implement a more customer-focused approach and improve the current customer satisfaction, which will in turn improve the service quality. In order for this to be achieved, current protocols around cancellation fees will be presented more clearly to close the policy gap by ensuring consumers are not promised a dishonest deal. Whilst in these tough times it is difficult for a travel agency to guarantee refunds within a short period of time, it is important that a realistic time frame is clearly identified within their terms and conditions. This will, in turn, help the service staff focus on processing quicker returns rather than deal with complaints from customers who have not received a refund within their guaranteed time frame. Customers who have been impacted by the cancellation fees have likely had a negative customer experience, which will have impacted their brand perception. By improving protocols, Flight Centre will prove they are a customer-focused company that is committed to improving the customer experience and their service quality. Customers impacted by the cancellation fees will be issued refunds as quickly as possible, and in order to improve their brand perception and show Flight Centre values them as consumers, they will receive a discount on a local holiday or staycation. This will allow Flight Centre to begin to position themselves as a service for customers to book and plan holidays in their local areas in accordance with government restrictions. The compensation will lead to customers looking to plan additional holidays through the agency, which they may not have done without a discount. By influencing local travel within these tough and restricted times, Flight Centre has time to regain trust from consumers, leading to an expected rise in demand for flights and international holidays once the pandemic has passed. The new positioning strategy will show consumers that Flight Centre is able to adapt to the new norm for travel. This in turn will also enable Flight Centre to be competitive in the market and offer a new customer-driven marketing strategy that will help Flight Centre recoup funds from the loss in 2020, whilst also positioning themselves as an adaptable and improved company that is committed to actively increasing their service quality.